Here we are again for another exciting roll reveal. This one is reveal number 463. Let me get my title correct here. So maybe 463. And this one is 1953D. Let me change this part. I just noticed as I came on the air. Alright, here we go. How is everybody doing today? We've got reveal number 463. It's 1953D Lincoln Cent roll. We're going to try to find some real big goodies in here. This one is a tubed roll. The top coin looked to be in very nice condition, so I decided, hey, this might make a really good reveal roll. Depends on what we can find in here. We might be able to find some really good stuff. Let's take a look at coppercoins.com. Let me go ahead and bring that up over here. And we will look up 1953D. Just like this. And we have a double die obverse that shows on Liberty. And then we have a few doubled eyelids. And then we get into the RPMs. And the RPMs can actually be very nice. We go all the way up to the 40s in number. So number 51 is the highest numbered 1953D RPM. So we have a lot listed that we could find today. Let's go ahead and get started. Coin number 1 goes to Mary. I'll move my coins just a little bit here. Alright, coin number 1 goes to Mary. Let's take a look at coin number 1 and see what we have. I get this in focus. Bring it up just a little bit closer so that we can see. And bring my lighting down so that we can see that this first coin is an RPM. I get my lighting in here, get my lighting in the right place, and then let me move my exposure down just a little bit to not have it be so bright. And if I turn it this way, you can see that at least the lower serif is split, or appears to be split. Yeah, there it is. The upper serif is split just a little bit as well, so this one's going to go as our first RPM for the roll. And let me see about a marker to use in determining future coins being from the same die. Okay, we have let's see here, a few die scratches coming off the top of the 9. There's little angled die scratches here coming off the top of the 9. Oh, let me try something new. Hang on just a moment. Let's do this, because if we do, it's going to make things a lot nicer. So I'm going to make my mouse pointer larger. And then I'm going to change the style of my pointer. So I get a crosshair. See my crosshair there? Now, let's see. I guess that's why that's not really any bigger. Let me see if I can make it bigger. Hang on just a minute. Let me see if we can make this quite a bit larger. My mouse pointer. I'm going to change its color. And then, no, the color doesn't do anything, but the size certainly does. So now I can point to stuff for you. Right there, the lower serif. Hello, Mr. Adams. I learned how to do this yesterday. Let's see. Are there any of these that allow me? No. Okay. Just checking. All of these have crosshairs, so crosshairs will work. I can do crosshairs. So if you look right in the center of my crosshairs, that's where we're looking, right there, the lower serif. And so I will move on. We will look for other... Oh, looky there. There's a nice doubled eyelid. Very nice doubled eyelid on that one. And so we have a doubled die repunch mint mark combination. There's the circling it right there. It'd be nice if I had a way of being able to draw on here. And then let's see if this works. Nope, that didn't work. Well, you can only learn so many new tricks in a day. That's not going to work. I was going to see if I could have something where I could draw on the screen. That would be like really cool. But I've got my color cursor on there now. And so we have our first coin here. Let's take a look. See what else we have on here, if anything. We'll take a look at the reverse on the first 10 coins, but after that, to keep the show a little bit shorter in time, I'm going to skip looking at the rest of the reverses because, well, there's nothing known in 1953D, so if anything happens to show up, we'll find it on the re-examination of the roll. Here's Sureg, coin number 2. Coin number 2 now. This one right here. It's not the same die. This is a different die. Let's see what we have here. So it appears that it could be a split lower serif as well, but it is not the doubled eyelid. And there's no doubling over there. I'll pull this one off to the side. We'll have to take a look at it and see if there's enough there to actually list it as an RPM. There is that chance, of course, but nothing is for certain until we get a better look at it. Okay. There we go. Sureg his coin into the holder. Move on to number 3. We got Steven. Steven comes up next. And this one is yet a different die altogether than the other two. This one doesn't show anything on the mint mark. Nothing on the eye. Let's move around. Nothing there either. And very interesting looking reverse, but it has nothing to be marked. So our coin number 3 is our first normal coin of the roll. That's a pretty good sign early on. Carl next. Carl will pick up this coin. Looks like it could be a split lower serif. We're going to have to check that out a little bit more carefully. Sometimes these ones that appear to be split, like 1979D by chance, the mint mark punch was broken. There was a chip out of the corner of the mint mark punch. So every time they punched a mint mark into a die, it appeared to be a lower split serif RPM. However, as time works on, we search a number of rolls and find that there are thousands, millions of these RPMs. So we were actually quick to come to the summarization that, well, they're not actually RPMs. And so that is perhaps the case here. We'll have to take a better look at it. Okay, here's one for Parvez. Oh, Mr. McBride. Oh, where am I? There we are. Okay. Alright, there's my confirmation. Eric says that 53D does have a broken punch, so we could be looking at a broken punch on some of these. We'll just keep plodding, digging through the roll to see what we see. Then, of course, later, we will be able to finalize the idea as to what we do and don't have. So what you get when you receive them in the mail is going to be our final decision. The doubled I is 1DO002. So Eric thinks. That's good, because we need new photographs for a lot of those. Here's Mary. Mary, Mary. Yeah, that one looks like the same thing again. Probably a broken punch. Nothing around the eye. Nothing on Liberty. I'll flip it over and take a look at the other side. Still within our first 10 coins. Every roll, we look at the reverse side of the first 10 coins. And then on those that there is nothing known for the reverse side, we stop looking after coin number 10 so that we can move on and get to more exciting adventures. This one looks like an RPM. This one's a minor RPM, but it is one. Maybe. I'm gonna go with possible on this, and that's as far as I'm gonna go. What I see looks like could be doubling on the upper serif, and then I have this line right here, which appeared to be maybe doubling, but it looks like it's just pushed up, and this is a eject doubling. In case of eject doubling, you have a little bit more of it right down here. And then over here we have our split lower serif, which could actually be just a matter of a broken punch. So I think this one's going to turn out to be a really minor RPM that we may or may not be able to find listed or list. Really minor ones, if we find them listed already, we'll identify them for you, but the really minor ones that we just don't see as being something that you'd be able to find in circulated condition or in later die state, we like to refrain from listing those because we want to involve everyone in the hobby, and we're trying to list what you can collect and save and identify and not drive you nuts with tons and tons of serifs. That looks like another example of the same thing. So it may be or it may not be an RPM. Let's see what we have going on here. Nothing else on the obverse. We are on coin number 8. And this one is Taco John, so we're going to take a good look at the reverse and see what we see there. And I've got nothing on that side, so we're going to move on. Coin number 9. Crispy. I'll second that Eric did a great job on his reveals yesterday. Yeah, it looks like just a little bit of a chubby mint mark. I don't think we have anything here. And got nothing on the obverse there. We are still in coin number 9, so we will look at the reverse. These last two before we move on and stop looking at the reverses because we're expecting them to all be normal. Okay. That's number 9. Now number 10. Josh. Let's see what Josh has. Yeah, looks normal all around the mint mark area. There we go. Doubled eyelid. This is, yeah, this is the same die. You see these die scratches up here off the 9. This is the same die that we've been looking at. So this one is definitely a doubled eyelid. And Eric says possibly, probably die number 2. So that's coin number 10, Josh Carr. Now number 11, Parvez. Let's see here. Yeah, we got normal around the date and mint mark. Another one that you got to be sure that you're watching for is there actually is a die that has a D coming out of the front of the vest right about here. So you have to be watching for that. It is rather obvious, but it's something that you could miss if you're going too fast because it's not punched very deeply. Just the front of a mint mark, sitting in the way. Alright, there's Parvez. Very valuable coins, though, because not too many of them have been found. There's one for Malcolm now, coin number 12. And coin number 12 turns out to be... Yeah, I'm going to call this one a normal one because it appears that the mint mark is damaged slightly. We otherwise have all normal there. Let's move on to coin number 13, Taco John now. Taco John. Yeah, that one appears to be a normal coin too. So what it looks like is more or less we probably just have the doubled eyelid that we're going to be looking for throughout this entire roll. But I'm going to keep my eyeballs open. Here's Parvez again. And if mine eyes see anything other than, oh, Big Larry. But it is the doubled die. It is the doubled eyelid. So Parvez gets a doubled eyelid. If I see anything else, I'll definitely stop. But for right now, just pushing through. What appear to be a lot of normal coins with a doubled eyelid here and there. So now that I've gotten used to looking at other dies in the roll, I think this thing that I was seeing as a split lower serif actually was not. It was probably just a damaged mint mark punch. That's coin number 15 for you. Coin number 15. Now on to number 16. Crispy. And got nothing special on that one. Now number 17. Back to Carl. Carl for coin number 17. What do we have here? It is not an RPM and not the double die that we've been looking at. Got nothing going on there, unfortunately. And then the boss walks in. No, it's the boss watching now. Hello, boss. Let's see. Got nothing going on there. But it is the doubled eyelid. Let's go back up and look at the 9 again. There it is. Got to get used to looking at that angle so I can see those die scratches coming up off the top of the 9. They're kind of old and they're a little bit worn out and difficult to see. But there is definitely a nice doubled eyelid there. Okay, that's coin number 18, Taco John. This other one is coin number 2 that I thought might have been an RPM. I'm going to put it back in the stack. Number 19 now. Mr. McBride. What do we have from Mr. McBride? Well, got nothing outside the normal there. You can cut those if you want to. You're going to hear a paper cutter making noise. It's not a big deal. I've got Peyton here working with me. Got Joe. Coin number 19 turns out to be normal. Now we're going to do coin number 20. And coin number 20 is not our double die. Look at God for a die scratch. Next example. Okay. What are we looking for? From Southwest from the D to the hair. Okay. Southwest from the D to the hair. Okay. I'll look for that. Let's see what we got going on here. Little background noise. That means that I have help. That's a sweet sound. It's another 53D. This one is not the double die. This is not the die you're looking for. Okay. That would be 21, now 22. To Mr. Birchman. Mr. Mike. Well, this one's different. Certainly different. Not a doubled eyelid. Let's check and see if there's any chance it is not a doubled liberty. Liberty. Y justicia para todos. Let's see. Jim Fletcher now. Sometimes I see the strangest things. As my wife says, I'm not only a nerd, I'm a weird nerd. 24. Coin number 24 goes to Kelly Ray. Let's see what Kelly Ray gets. And, well, I don't have the doubled eyelid there. Looks like a little bit of spotting. That's for Kelly Ray, now 25. Mr. Birchman. Mr. Birchman gets, this one's going to be normal as well. Not the doubled eyelid. Not an RPM, not a double die otherwise. So that makes us coin number 25. Goes in the normal pile. Now coin number 26. How about Penny Hoarder? Let's see what Penny Hoarder gets. Now you hear my dog snoring. Nothing like the sound of a bulldog snoring in your chair. Alright, got nothing there for Penny Hoarder. That's coin number 26. We are now halfway through the roll. Moving on to coin number 27. I have two more reveals scheduled for this morning. The last and final reveal for last week is scheduled for this morning, plus the first reveal for this coming week. Now see, I called that an RPM. I'm thinking that has to be an RPM. And I'm looking at the top serif. Looking at that split in the top serif, it looks like we may also have a split in the lower serif that will correspond with it. So I'm going to hold this out because I can. This has got a big giant die crack on the head. So it should be easy to match with other examples of the same die. This one's going to go to Joe McBride. And I'm still looking for another example of the doubled eyelid. This also is not one. And I've got nothing else going on the obverse on this one. Stephen is going to get a normal coin. Now, number 29. 29 goes to Crispy. Crispy? Still not the doubled eyelid. And nothing else going on there. So the bags full of pennies from the cat owner have been sorted and put away. So they are not causing me strife this morning with my sinuses. So I'm breathing rather clearly this morning, which is a good thing for a change because I think it's been like 4 or 5 days since I've been able to breathe because of cats. Josh. Hello, Coin Dragon. Good morning, sir. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. With bright, shiny faces, good morning to you. The morning's almost over. It's 10:26. Of course, out in Texas, it's only 9:30 in the morning. Still looking for another one of those doubled eyelids so that we can get a better look at the marker info. Got a call coming in. Hang on. There we go. Diss the call and I'll call him back between shows. Alright, got nothing else there. How about number 33? Sissy? Is Sissy going to change our luck today? Maybe not. No. No change in luck from Sissy. Unfortunately so. Sissy gets another normal coin. Coin number 33. Now on to number 34. Stephen. Stephen with number 34. Let me move up just a little bit so I can see these numbers better. There we go. There's number 34. Stephen gets a normal coin. I can tell that because of the pickle mark to the right of the mint mark. This little guy right here is showing up on a lot of these, which means that die is a repeating die over and over again and has nothing on it. Good morning, Crispy. Here's coin number 35. This one goes to Ronald Magany. And there's another one with that little pickle mark over to the right of the mint mark. So it's going to follow that die characteristic again, which means that we have nothing out of the ordinary. And I'll put that away. Now number 36. Jim Fletcher. Let's see what Jim gets. Well, it's a normal coin again. I sound like a broken record and I feel like one too. How about number 37? 37 to Chuck Daughtrey. Let's see what he has. Still not the doubled eyelid. Can we actually be serious here? We haven't found one since coin number 18. And we are on 38 now. To Otis. Almost 20 coins in a row since we found a doubled eyelid. And this one is not one either. No. Not enough there. And that's for Otis. Now let's try number 39 for Ant. Ant2242 does not get one of the doubled eyelids. And not an RPM or a double die. Otherwise, let's see, today we have the 1939 Philadelphia roll coming up next. I'm going to start that one right around 11 o'clock. And another one of those. I think that little thing right there could possibly be a repunch mint mark marker right there. That's a little, looks like a corner off of a serif. So I'll take a better look at that later and see exactly what we have for sure. All right, that's coin number 40. How about number 41? 41 and still no break in the streak. Well, that's an unusual structure. May not be a structure. That may be a lamination peel. I'm thinking lamination peel on that one. Unusual little coin. But an unusual little coin lives right over here in Ant's collection. There's Sissy. Well, where's Sissy? Let's see about Sissy. Did not break the spell. Still normal. Alright. And now, number 43. Penny Hoarder. Let's see what Penny Hoarder gets. Still not the doubled eyelid we're looking for. No doubling in Liberty. Let's do number 44. Kelly Ray. And Kelly Ray, dun dun dun, also not the doubled eyelid. Not the doubled eyelid we are looking for. Okay. That's number 44. How about number 45? Do we have any chance? One more on the roll. Come on, just one more. Jim Fletcher. Let's see what Jim Fletcher gets. And no. Still no. Still no. How about 46? Sissy again. That was her last chance to break the spell, and she didn't do it, unfortunately. We got another one with the big old swirly die scratches coming off the front of the face. And that nice little pickle mark right out there to the right of the mint mark. It's a big raised area. And we can always tell this die by looking at those markers. We know we have nothing out of the norm. Here's Mr. Birchman. What do we get from Mr. Birchman? Well, it's not the doubled eyelid. Has somewhat of a Larry on it. It's an earlier dice take coin. It looks pretty nice. I mean, the details do, anyway. Not so happy about the condition of the coin, but it happens. How about number 48? 3 coins left in the roll. This is the first of those 3, and this one's for Kelly Ray. Let's see. Kelly Ray could not break the spell. The spell may be for the entire remainder of the die. Forever. But we have 2 coins to try to break that dry spell. Here's the first one of those 2, coin number 49. It goes to Malcolm. And Malcolm still does not break the spell. Well, this just isn't right. Something's not fair about this. Wait a minute. The fair is where you get a coin dog. You can't get a corn dog here. Penny Hoarder, let's see. Last coin, Penny Hoarder, not the doubled eyelid. Not the doubled eyelid. So, we'll go back to one of our existing coins and take a look at the marker that Eric mentioned earlier. So we're finished with this roll, and we have a total of 4 of the doubled eyelid. I'll look at coin number 1, the very first one that it came out on. We'll take a look for that marker. Let me get the coin under here so that I can focus it. There we go. We've got die scratches inside the ear. There is the doubled eyelid. Okay, so let's look on D. And we do have a die scratch southwest from the corner of the D to the head. So we have a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. There it is. 1DO002. And that'll do it for this roll. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's number 1, number 18, number 14, and number 10 are my 4 coins that are 1DO002, and coin number 27 is another interesting coin that needs to be observed closer. And that, folks, is all we have for this roll. I hope you guys will join me here in about 10 to 15 minutes for the next roll. We'll get those started up. It's going to be reveal number 464, which is going to be a very special roll indeed, because it will be a 1939 Philadelphia roll. Now, for those of you who know 1939 Philadelphia Lincoln cents will know that there is an FS listed double die to watch for. So join me here in about 20 minutes and we'll be ready to go on that one. I appreciate it, and I will see you then.